I'm that Cyclops guy. I'm pretty sure you can figure out why they call me that. Or not. You can find me on all of the socials, including Twitch, Kick, TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook, and YouTube with that_Cyclops_guy. I'm a variety streamer. I play a ton of different games, everything from Tetris to Grand Theft Auto and everything in between.
Let's do this. Hey everyone, KoimiaX here, dad by day, gamer by night, sometimes streamer, aka old man. I give the hot takes here at Garbage In, Garbage Out that nobody has asked for. I am a variety streamer that has been streaming for 13 years now. I've been on every big platform and several small ones that don't exist anymore. If you want the most recent up-to-date information about me, just follow me on Twitter at KoimiaX. I like to collect autographed Funko Pops, football jerseys, and comics.
What's up, losers? Neo Deth here, and welcome to my graveyard. I'm the third host of Garbage In, Garbage Out. We've been doing this for 3 months with all of us together. I've also been streaming the same amount of time. I stream on Twitch and then repost daily on YouTube, so go check those out. Fun little fact about me is I also love Lego. We've been having a blast doing this, communicating with fans, and also talking about gaming and entertainment news from the week.
And we would like to welcome you
to
Garbage In, Garbage Out.
Okay, well, we're here. What the hell happened to Koimia there?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Drop Dead Fred said he was going to join us since Koimia decided to bow out, as they say. Either that or his wife's not feeding him.
That's what I'm going with. Good Lord. I would say he's skin and bones, but no, he's nothing but bone. Okay, just eat a protein bar.
Yeah. Maybe it'll do something for you.
You work at a gas station. How do you not have food around? So yeah, we are getting a little bit of a late start here. I mean, when did we ever really start on time?
I mean, we're doing pretty fucking good. I think we had like 2-3 weeks there of we hit it on time.
Mm.
It wasn't till this week where I came up with, Fred wanted to join, and that just caused a whole bunch of problems.
No, but yeah, that's all right.
As he usually does.
Thanks a lot, Fred.
Was that Fred? He says, fuck you. That's
Wait, so he's like the one only you can hear, huh? Like the ghost that never lies from Family Guy.
I don't know that, but okay.
That was like one of the very first episodes that they did a Family Guy, and Peter was on trial, and he was like, "I'm going to call the stand the ghost that never lies, but only I can see or hear him." And he's like, so then of course the judge lets it go because Family Guy, and he's sitting there going like, "Ghost who never lies. Do you see the person who committed the crime in this room?" He's like, "You do. And can you go ahead and point to the person that did it? Stop pointing at me." It's like, Family Guy. It used to be super funny. Now it's like a belly laugh every so often.
I can't say I've watched Family Guy in years. Simpsons, Family Guy, South Park. I haven't watched any of those since I was in my teens. Probably they just lost their love as I got older.
Maybe. I know they were saying that this month is the first time they've had... Whoa, where'd you go?
Sorry, playing with cameras.
Oh, okay. They were saying this month is actually the first time since 2010 there's a new Futurama, new South Park, new King of the Hill, and a new Simpsons, like all in the same month.
Okay.
Thanks, asses.
How's it going, Koimia?
We are making it so you're part of the... We're making it so you're part of the show, even if you can't be part of the show.
I'm thinking about you, buddy. I'm just making sure you're in here. Drop Dead Fred just took your spot.
So like we said, you had to take off today. We were actually considering doing a bye week because we weren't sure if Neo Deth had to work, and fortunately he didn't have to. But if he had to, and Koimia wouldn't have been able to make it either, we were just going to take a bye week. But luckily, you were able to get off. So giggity, you were able to.
Wow. Yeah, they canceled it. That's basically what it was. It was scheduled, even though we were having all these parts issues in the entire and didn't hardly work. They're like, let's schedule a Saturday. That's like a good idea, and literally canceled it. The day before.
Yeah.
I don't know. These people, they never make sense, right? Storming here all day. I thought you couldn't make it because you had family issues or whatever.
No, I did see, because like I was telling you before the show, my Alexa device actually still gives me Sun Prairie's weather. And when we were looking at it, it was like, wow. So if they're getting storms, we knew that Koimia was probably getting hit with storms too.
You could have jumped on your phone, right? The weather is not going to affect your phone.
I can. It's affected mine before.
Hush your mouth. I was trying to get the real Koimia here. But
the real Koimia is here. Look,
we have Fred. He's just ching away like kind of like Koimia does. He'll vote down everything, and we got it going out to all your stuff. So you're here in spirit.
So Fred is like Koimia substitute.
Yeah.
Just so you know, your mic is.
He fills it where it's needed, right? He's our secret fourth person.
Yeah. Your mic's clicking just a little bit, just so you know.
Mine?
Just a little bit. Yeah. Like when you talk, I'm hearing like a like just for a little bit, and then
the way I got the double thing going would be
it could be.
Yes.
It could be. Just so you know, so like when you go to do the edit, that's what you if that's what you hear, that's what it is.
Yeah, hopefully I don't have to but I have the software now at clicking out. Because that last one we did where we interviewed Angel, when I went to go edit it, it was really bad. It had like clicking or whatnot in the background while we were talking. So I'm like, I can't handle it. I couldn't even get past there's 5 because I kept replaying that 5 minutes trying to edit it out in my software. And I couldn't get it, so I had to go get another piece of software to rip that out, and then it made it sound way better and more professional. And yeah, so that is on my YouTube, and I am at the moment promoting it. So we've gotten almost 3,000 views on it.
That's awesome.
And then because of the promotion I'm running on it, I'm trying to get more subscribers. I've gotten 389 subscribers to my YouTube.
Nice. Hi, everybody watching on YouTube.
I don't think anybody's there yet. Let me see. Nope. No, nobody on YouTube yet. We're also going live on the YouTubes with it, so like we normally do.
Yep, and just real fast, want to remind everybody that if you don't want to see our lovely mugs, you can always listen to us on Spotify, which is the Garbage In, Garbage Out podcast.
Yes, and I also just sent you the knock that I forgot.
The knock. Oh, for
Twitch.
For Twitch, okay. We can definitely get that going here. We are very professional here. We do the live show, which is where you get the raw stuff, and then we also edit it down.
We are in the raw. Like I said, setting up good old Fred over there was a last-minute thing that I thought of, and then had to execute it. But we have Koimia.
There we go. So, yep, everything should be good now. You should be able to see me now.
I hear a rumbling at my house of storms, but the show must go on. So if I or we pop off, I guess, you know why.
All right.
All
All right, but yeah, so but other
we'll
than
find out.
but other
There you
than
go.
all the weird stuff that was going on here, how have you been this week?
Like I said, pretty good. I had like 3 days off of work. They called it off because of a supplier. One of our suppliers had a fire last Saturday, so couldn't get us the parts we obviously needed. So Monday, I still had to go in and we had to fill up my area. Unfortunately, it was just my area, of course. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they called everybody off. And then Friday we had to go in. So
Okay.
it was kind of nice. I got way caught up on videos, like ahead on videos. Like I was putting out 2 some days of like a Magic and another game that.
Oh, your volume just went out. Yeah, I can't hear you at all.
How about that?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, the microphone doesn't sound as good as it did before, but at least I can actually hear you.
Doesn't sound as good, huh?
No, it actually sounds like you're kind of far away. I
wonder if it's pulling one of my other mics, even though it says it's supposed to be pulling from this one. I think the only thing I can think of, and we still might have to reset here, is when I did the knock, it tried to take over my mic and camera.
Were you running that through OBS?
No.
Maybe that's why, because when I do
OBS
that, I got to
is down.
Okay. I mean,
Well,
we can do this show like
shit,
this.
huh?
It like sounds like you're
Try
far
this.
away, so maybe. Yo, that's much better.
Okay.
Yeah, that's much better.
I don't know what the fuck did it do. Okay.
We need to get successful enough that we can hire an IT team. So,
all right. Let me attempt this again on the knock and find out if it's this. Call. Okay, how about that? Microphone actually good.
because it was like I could hear you until suddenly I couldn't. You know, it was just like boom. There was no warming up in the bullpen.
Yeah, I don't get it. I was talking, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you were in the middle of a sentence and all of a sudden you were gone.
I thought it was you because I couldn't hear you. It like to everything.
Right,
All
and you know, I've had that problem before.
Try doing the knock. Okay. We're there. All those are muted. That in the background. Let's hope it doesn't take over.
All right. All right, I think we're doing good. All of a sudden, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I mean, that's good. And my mic's working. I completely restarted the stream deck because that's what I go through.
In the middle of a stream, I have like sexy ladies that come
in. What kind of show is this? Bikini Show?
Yeah, it's the Bikini Show now.
Wow, are we going to be able to air this stuff? Look if he's just shocked.
She's like, hey, I'm covered, and that's what a lot of people wear. So she's like, it's hot. Yeah, see, you guys are getting storms. We're getting...
Well, that's how we're going to get our views now. Thank you.
Hey, could you come here? We can turn this into the man show with like girls jumping on trampolines at the end, you know? Okay, I was just informed I'm in trouble. That's the whole thing. It's like, have you seen Jimmy Kimmel is like getting like an Italian citizenship? And I'm like, because of Trump, and he's like, oh, he's a sexist and da da da. And I'm like, didn't you used to host a show that had like girls jumping on trampolines and like short skirts, and that was like all about misogyny and everything? And but then it's like when you bring that up to him, he's like, well, that was a different time. It's like, dude, no, that was not much different than what it is now. That you might have changed since then, but that's
right.
So, just in case they ever want to sponsor us, Pepsi Zero Sugar. You should drink this because it's awesome.
I don't drink soda.
We're gonna go through that again. Okay. Anybody listening here? Do you call it soda or do you call it pop like a normal person?
It's soda.
It's pop.
Most of the drinks say soda on them. I know Pepsi doesn't. If you look at 7-Up, I believe it says soda on it. Fanta says soda. There's a lot of them that say soda on it.
They say soda, but that doesn't mean they're right.
It does. If the company that makes them is literally putting it out, then that has to be right.
It's called pop.
You don't see anywhere on the packaging pop ever.
Oh, I have. I've seen it say pop before.
No, generic fucking Walmart brand does not count.
Okay, so let me just say this. If you call it soda, you're wrong. If you call it pop, you're right. If you call it soda pop, we may have to call the police. And if you call it soda water, I'm getting an exorcist. Because you're obviously
I mean,
possessed.
it's all about like where you grew up. Like what I believe is pop. West Coast is all soda. Like the hillbilly places, they just call it fucking. What kind of Coke do you want?
Yeah. It's like, what kind of Coke? Do you want, sun-kissed Coke? Okay, so I used to work at Best Buy. This was long before the one in Madison for the people watching, but I used to work at Best Buy in Geneva, Illinois. And giving the location actually does add to the story here. So we were running some sort of sale and where you could get I think some movies, or if you bought a certain amount of games or something, you could get 2 free sodas. And I would tell people, well, hold on, but I would say you get 2 free sodas, and this guy came up and he was like, well, you're not from around here, are you? And I was like, around here? No. And he's like, yeah, I didn't think so. I was like, no, I grew up 35 minutes south of here. And he's like, oh, you mean 35 miles? I was like, no, 35 minutes, which was the DeKalb, Illinois area. And he's like, yeah, but you didn't grow up there. And I was like, yes, I did. That's where I spent the majority of my childhood, which all but about 3 years. And he's like, well, we don't call it soda. Here in the Midwest, we call it pop. And I was like, does it really matter? Going on. And he was like, well, if you want to sound proper, don't you? And I was like, I don't care.
Their promotion, not mine.
And it said on there 2 free sodas. And it said soda everywhere. So that's why I kept going. But then everywhere I go, people call it pop. So I'm like, you know what? No, it's called pop, and we're going to call it pop. And anyone who calls it soda is wrong.
You were okay with it before and fighting for it, but now, no, huh?
Mm-hmm. Because, wrong.
They just beat it into you. How tall was this guy? Was he very intimidating that you're like, oh, yes, sir, whatever, sir?
No, he was an old guy, though. Looks like he was probably
so he was just doing the Koimia thing.
Old man yelling at a cloud. So it must have been Koimia's great grandfather or something. Koimia, we love you.
Yeah, Koimia.
Boy, he's kind of quiet today.
You should see him in my ears. He's just yakety yakety, won't shut up.
Are you sure that's not a different problem we need to talk about?
Yeah, it could be.
No, but anyway, we did have a couple of deaths that we wanted to talk about here today. One of them is really sad because it was kind of sudden. Let me get that screen pulled up here. Yeah, but Drag Me to Hell actress Lorna Raver died at the age of 81. It's like seems like we're losing a lot of like our older celebrities, like the 70s and 80s ones. Some of them in their 90s. But yeah, she was actually in Drag Me to Hell. Did you ever see that?
That
was with Justin Long.
A favor and make your screen full screen, as I'm seeing your browser there or your thing.
This?
No, top screen, like.
Oh,
that. There we go. There you go.
Yeah, so yeah, she was in Drag Me to Hell. She was in memoriam section of SAG-AFTRA's Summer 2025 magazine. In Sam Raimi's Drag Me to Hell, Raver, she played Mrs. Sylvia, Ganache, the elderly woman who curses Allison. So she was the one who placed the curse on the main character. And then,
I don't know if it's you or it's me, but your volume, you're cutting out on my end.
I'm still hearing the clicking sound on your end.
Maybe that's where it's coming.
It's almost like your Koimia right now, where it kind of cuts out a little bit.
Yeah, that's what it's doing. I'm hearing you do that. Is it using the? Shouldn't be pulling any. Actually, bring that article back up.
Okay.
Scroll a little.
Scroll down.
So I just noticed up. Up is up. So it says not too much. It says she did on May 12th, and then came out on the 13th. So this is not a technically new thing.
Yeah, but look, it says published August 13th.
Yeah, I understand that. It's from an in memoriam section of the chapter. Someone just grabbed that and using it. Yes. So I don't think we did her when she actually passed. So it sounds, but I'm like, what? I was reading it where I'm like, wait a minute. It says she May 12th, and this came out the 13th. I'm like, what is going? And yeah, this is the article I shared. So I don't know what.
Well, he said it's published the 13th, so we're going to treat it as new. But we do have a new one.
I mean, it is. Yes.
We do have an actual new one here. What's Happening star Danielle Spencer died at 60. There was a whole news article here. Former child star actor best known for her role as Dee in the 1970s sitcom What's Happening has died. The publicist confirmed Spencer died August 11th after a battle with cancer. I thought she died suddenly. But after a battle with cancer, she was 60, according to Sandra Jones, the family friend who is serving as a family spokesperson. This untimely death is really hard to process right now, Jones told ABC News. She was a sweet and gentle soul, and she will be missed very much. She actually was in 65 episodes of What's Happening. She's been in a lot of other things too, but What's Happening is her big one here. She also played Dee Thomas, the boys' younger sister. She also appeared in 16 episodes of the show's sequel, What's Happening Now.
Okay.
So, yep. Did you ever watch What's Happening?
I believe I did watch, runs on, Nick at Night. Those ones that would rerun it.
Mm. Yeah, for a long time, I pretty much had Nick at Night as a father. So that and Mork and Mindy and Happy Days were like and the Dick Van Dyke Show and Bewitched. Leave It to Beaver.
Yeah,
Those were.
I mean, I caught all those classics on like Saturdays too,
Mhm.
like not on Nick and Night or Nick, like they would run them on the normal sitcom or syndication.
Yeah. I was a big fan of a lot of those older shows too. Just because, like I said, that was pretty much the father figure I had. That's what I would go to, and I would watch Nickelodeon up until Nick at Night, and then a lot of times my mom would be like, "Oh, do you like these older sitcoms?" It's like, yeah, they're funny. So
Yeah, a lot of them were.
Age shouldn't matter. Funny is funny.
Right.
That's why. Did you ever watch Grace and Frankie on Netflix?
No.
Grace
I know
and
which
Frankie.
show you're talking about it, but I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin were actually interviewed by Jimmy Fallon, and they said that the one thing that they were surprised about was how many young people actually really liked the show. And it was like Jimmy said, he was like, age shouldn't really matter. Funny is funny. You there?
Hey. Oh, jeez, that sounds like shit.
What does shit sound like?
This, and I'm hearing double. One sec. Ugh. I think it's because I have too many browsers trying to grab my mic and sound.
The joys of a live show.
Okay. Whoop. What happened to Fred? No, device not connected. Great. Now we lost Fred. This time, today's been fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's the secondary thing. Mute. Settings. Audio. You're not taking that. You can have that. Speaker.
Don't think about it like that. Think of today has been a learning experience.
That's a word for it. Sure. All right. Can I hear?
All right.
I switched to these. Maybe it's better. Probably not. Oh, jeez.
Okay, and hold for editing.
Yeah, editing's fucked. Keep holding. I see your eye moving.
Your eye moving. I was trying to act like the whole thing had just froze, but
yeah, I know.
I can see your eye moving. Really?
All right.
Okay, now
42 minutes of this.
Let's rewind it. So if anybody wants to, this is the greatest
Soda
pop in the world.
Soda.
Pop.
My mic's still working at the moment, Soda. And I was even like looking in here trying, because you were coming out really bad on the audio.
And so were you at one point.
Am I still now?
No, you're okay. I mean, there's a little clicking, but not anywhere near like it was.
Yeah, it was coming out really bad before. So I don't know if that's because I have the dual. I didn't set up Fred's things right. Like it was running through these. I had the speakers coming through these, but I think it was still trying to take my mic, put it over on that one. So the joke has backfired. All right.
Well, like I said, it's a learning experience, not a fucked situation. A learning experience, even though I put up shit's fucked.
Man.
Now I'm really glad that I put this up here, so people would know what's going on.
Right. I mean, people. Do we have people still? No.
We have people-ish. All right.
All right, continue on. Let's hope. Yeah, and the funny thing is, like, take that off. The funny thing is, it was going just fine, and all of a sudden, just takes out the mic. Like, what? And completely screws everything up. Like, I can't just refresh to get it all back. I have to close everything out, like restart some stuff.
Well, let's try and go through these quick, so hopefully that doesn't happen again.
Okay.
Anyway,
wait, we were on the desk, so we have to do the controllers up. We didn't do that part.
Yep. So, to the two actresses that passed away, Spider-Man, according to them, but we got controllers up for you. Thank you for all the memories, and hopefully you're in a better place.
Yes.
Now for the fun stories here. Did you happen to catch? I know you said you haven't watched South Park in a long time, so you probably didn't see it. But South Park is on a roll. They're actually like one of the highest streaming shows in the world right now. And
because they're trolling the Trump administration.
That's the thing about the fascists. Fascists, they want to be called evil. They want to be called horrible and disgusting. What they can't stand is when you laugh at them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what South Park's doing.
Right.
And they're getting the whole world to go like, oh, God, you know? But there was a deal between Paramount and the Trump administration, or Skydance and the Trump administration. And then Skydance and Paramount merged. So a lot of people thought that South Park was going to be watered down. And no, they're not. The last two episodes have been...
The fuck they are.
Yeah. Yeah, so, but the Paramount CEO is pretty much hailing the controversial season 27, saying they're equal opportunity offenders. He's absolutely loving it.
I mean, we said that last week. Like, they don't know the fuck you are. It don't matter. You're in the good, you're in the right, you're on their side, politically, you're not on their side politically.
They've ripped everybody.
You're right.
If you're in the spotlight, they're going to get you.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, in the 2 episodes so far this season, South Park has trolled President Donald Trump, Vice President J.D. Vance, the Department of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, and conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Per CNN Paramount's new boss, David Ellison, doesn't seem to have any issue with the show's creators, Trey Parker and Matt Stone. It's honestly, I mean, if something big is happening in the world, they're going to tackle it.
Right.
And I mean, they really went after Kristi Noem. So you see her here. She's been known to get Botox and everything. And she's had a lot of work done on her face. So they have like her face keeps melting off in the episode. And then she has like a team that comes up and like tries to get it. And then her face eventually does melt all the way off and takes on a mind of its own. And they all have to keep like chasing it. And yeah, and she's saying that it was petty because they only go after her looks. And it's like, well, they also go after the fact that she shot a dog, which is why she actually said that she shot a 14-month-old puppy because it was too aggressive. Instead of turning it over to a humane society or giving it to somebody, she shot it in the face, which is why they decided at the very end, this scene did not air on Comedy Central, but it did air on Paramount Plus, where at the very end of the episode, when the credits are rolling, she goes into Pets Galore and just goes on a shooting spree, shooting all the dogs. This dog here actually does make an escape until she comes out and shoots it. Wait, are you having trouble again?
All right.
So
for the 4th time, I completely restarted the entire fucking computer.
All right. Yeah, and you sound really good now. I was like, wait, this sounded really great when we first got on here during the pre-show. And then it was like, when we're getting ready and stuff. And then all of a sudden it was like, once we hit that go live button, it seemed like everything went to shit.
Yeah. I don't know why.
But like I said, learning experience. That all the great ones have had fuck ups.
And I love that bit of him having Drop Dead Fred in there, but I don't think I can do it because it's pulling. I think it just keeps, even though I took all the settings off of the secondary camera and that guest and put them to just random bullshit, it still grabbed my fucking mic or something. Something's doing it. It's usually you guys that are always having the problems with the audio and whatnot.
It's your turn. That's
I guess
it's like South Park. It's just your turn to make.
Holy fuck! Like huge. Let's see if I leave him off. If it keeps doing it, then yeah, I guess.
See, and I don't hear the clicking in your sound anymore.
Yeah.
So maybe
it's got to be the secondary. What the secondary StreamYards is doing something, even though I'm running it on private and bringing in and having all the settings opposite of what I normally use.
Maybe run it through your phone to put the phone on, Fred.
Oh, I could do that. I didn't even think about that.
Like if you got a phone or a tablet, we could try that. We don't, if you don't want to, we don't have to do it this time, but maybe next time.
Go ahead. Let me see if I can figure that out.
Oh, I was just wondering, what were you saying about South Park there? I saw your lips moving, but I couldn't hear you.
Who knows? Like, what was I saying about South Park?
It was the scene where they didn't show on Comedy Central, but they did show on Paramount Plus, where she went into the pet store and shot all the dogs.
Oh, yes. I was saying I didn't know that's what they were riffing on. I didn't know the part where you were talking about how she shot a dog because it wasn't behaving right.
Mm-hmm.
That's the context I was missing.
Yeah, she had a dog that was like 14 months old, and she said that it was too aggressive and wouldn't listen. And when they're on a farm, they need the dogs to be good at hunting, and the dog wasn't good at hunting. So due to the aggressive nature of the dog, she just brought it home and shot it one day, saying, "I hated that dog."
That's a bit much.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, instead of going to taking it somewhere or whatnot.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, those are the two big South Park stories that we had. Until you get everything set there, we can continue going on here. I won't talk about the Daredevil story. I'll talk about something else. So, have you been watching the new season of Wednesday yet?
I have not. I've meant to, even with all that time off I had this week. I have not.
Well, doing streaming, that does take a lot of time.
I mean, yeah.
So, with this, the Wednesday creators are developing a new Addams Family movie, but there's one catch. The creators of Netflix's hit Wednesday recently revealed their plans for an exciting new Addams Family movie, but it comes with a catch, though, as the film won't be made in collaboration with Netflix. Which is kind of,
how does that work?
Yeah. So, well, it says here, according to Deadline, Wednesday creators Alfred Goff and Miles Miller are working on a new animated Addams Family movie with Amazon MGM Studios. It is reportedly a complete reboot, not at all associated with the Netflix series starring Jenna Ortega or previous animated films. We're working on it with Amazon MGM and with Kevin Misarashi, who runs the Addams Family Foundation, Goff revealed. He knew Charlie Addams and the keeper of the Addams films, and with Gail Berman and John Glickman. saying we are rebooting the animated film franchise, so it won't have anything to do with the two films before it, nor is it connected with this show. So it's basically the creators of the show are working on a new animated series that's not connected with the show, is what it sounds like. And then remember, there were two recent Addams Family animated movies that did pretty well in the theaters, but it's not going to be associated with that either. It's this will be a brand new Addams Family feature. There's not really much that we can say about it because it's in the very early stages. There's current plan for the film to have a big screen theatrical debut.
But it's not tied to the show?
It's not tied to the show, and it's not tied to the two previous animated movies that were out pretty recently.
Why? Why would you do it that way?
Because the Addams Family's a hot commodity right now, and you probably want to milk it for all it's worth. That's all I can really think of. But yeah, Wednesday creators reveal the key to the Netflix show's success, saying that that's where it saying that the key with her is not writing a joke; it's writing to her worldview. So, I mean, I can totally see that. Now, also with Wednesday, I know I was kind of debating with somebody online with this, but I don't know why it went to that one. Wednesday season 2's popularity is hit by a new frustrating new streaming trend. Basically, it says here, after a long break, Netflix continued the frustrating streaming trend of splitting the season into two parts. On August 6th, Wednesday will release 4 episodes, with the remaining 4 set to release on September 3rd. Wednesday's popularity seems to have taken a hit because one day later, the show is not topping the charts as expected and is currently in 4th place on Netflix TV charts. Yeah, well, here's the thing: is like they take like 3 years to make a show. Then when they come back, they only give you about 10 episodes, and they split those into segments of like 5, and then they release them in different times of the year.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that it was coming back on the 3rd too. That it wasn't a full season. I mean, I know why they do it. They try and do that so that people stick around with their, service. So you don't buy it for a month, binge the fuck out of it, and then shut down your service.
Right. I don't even know if it's the amount of streams of the show that determine its popularity, or if it's the amount of downloads for Netflix.
I don't think they release the numbers on those.
They just say number 1, but it's like, yeah, but how many people? Well, don't worry about it.
Right. Give me the numbers of how you're figuring this out.
Yeah, it says, for example, Wednesday debuted the charts US in 10th place on August 3rd. As fans started rewatching season 1 on August 6th, the series was in 8th place, and the show remained on the same spot on August 7th, your birthday. On August 7th, Wednesday scored just one number 1 in Lebanon, and reached to top 10 in multiple other countries, but not the top 10, not top of the charts. Globally, the number 1 series is Unspeakable Sins, followed by Untamed, and then Beyond the Bar, which I haven't even heard of those.
I've never heard of any of those.
So, I mean, that is a frustrating. I totally get what you're saying about why they do it like that, but they're going to do that too much, I think, and then people are just going to get annoyed.
I mean, yes, and people do. Yeah, I don't know why they're still doing it, because I think the first season, didn't it all drop at once?
Yeah, as far as I know.
As far as I can remember, it did. So yeah, it's frustrating to binge watch 4 episodes and then have to wait a month to finish it out.
Yeah. I know they did that a lot with the ranch. If you saw that.
Nope.
The Ranch was on Netflix. That was with originally it
I
was
know
with
which one it
Ashton
was,
Kutcher and
yes.
Danny Masterson, but he was written off the show when turned out he was a horrible person.
Right.
But yeah, here was the story that you were more interested in. Right here.
Yeah.
Speaking of frustrating streaming things, you want to take that one?
Daredevil star Charlie Cox says he's filmed Born Again's second and final season, though Kingpin actor offers more of a hope on it. And I read the article; it was very confusing. Like he's saying that that this is it for whatever they do in the story, but Vincent D'Onofrio says that they could still make another one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
even if nothing as yet seems assured, but it's basically just saying that they haven't signed it on for a third season. Not saying that they won't.
Right, and that however the story plays out, it looks like maybe he gets hurt, or I don't know. I don't know Daredevil's lore like in and out as like say Spider-Man. So I can't say. I think there has been a few times where they've switched up who was Daredevil. Like I think there was a time where he did die and then came back. Because a character never stays dead unless you're Aunt May or Uncle Ben.
Yeah, I like that. Like comic book characters never stay dead. It's like Uncle Ben's like, fuck you.
Yeah. He's pretty much the only one they've never touched because Gwen's come back. They always come back, right?
But yeah, so I kind of wonder if this is actually a marketing ploy by Disney. If they want more people to watch it, like, oh, this could be the final. Remember, like when I know that it's totally different, but remember, like a couple years ago, when McDonald's was saying that the McRib is doing its final lap, and like this could be your last chance to get one, and then they brought it back like 6 months or a year later.
Was it that soon? I'm pretty sure it was gone for a while, and then they finally did bring it back. It's just like their snack wraps and stuff.
I wish they'd bring back the Mac wrap. Did you ever have those?
Yeah, that would actually be pretty good. Like I tried their new snack wraps, and they don't taste as good. Actually, Burger King, I think theirs tastes better, or even Taco Bell. I think they have one too, and I'm like, okay, like what happened, McDonald's? Because you decided you were dying on this hill of never bringing them back, and then everybody else brought them back, and then now yours suck.
I still say the Mac wrap. That was for anybody watching. It was basically everything that was part of a Big Mac, but it had like a little half of the burger patty, so that it would fit well into a wrap. And they've got everything else. Just make it. It's like Taco Bell. They need to bring back the double decker. Like you got everything to make it. Just do it.
Yeah, I don't know why they do these things. I mean, they're marketing ploys, like you said, say, oh, it's gone for now. God, that's true.
It's just just to bring up the hype on it.
Yeah,
that's nothing more. But yeah, I'm really hoping this isn't the final season because I mean the first season back, I haven't seen it, but I've heard it wasn't as like triumphant as it could have been. And I'm really hoping that they give it more time other than just these 2 small seasons. I mean, we waited years for this thing to come back, and now all of a sudden you're just going to kick it to the curb.
I'm pretty sure the other one they did, it did pretty good.
Oh, it did pretty good, but I'm like, I just heard from reviews that it was like it could have been a better comeback.
Right.
But I can't say for myself because I haven't done it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's another one I have on my bucket list that I may get to eventually.
So, and
Streaming has honestly taken up a lot of my time now, so that I don't have a lot of downtime to just sit down and watch TV.
yeah.
I'm either streaming or I'm editing something I posted.
So, yep. And speaking
first
of
world
things,
problems.
yeah, speaking of things I couldn't review, I do have one that I can here. Let's actually do this real quick here. All right. So I recently did a review. Actually just wrote a review with the help of ChatGPT to get my thoughts correct.
I mean, let's take a minute before you get into your review, because I have been using more ChatGPT myself,
mm,
and for like us, ADA people, where you're trying to write and your brain's going, oh, you need to put this in and this in and then this and then say this and then say that. Like, I get like what I'm doing for my videos on paper, but it sounds like a bunch of garbage that no one's gonna want to click into. So
right.
Chat GTP takes all that and then like cleans it up and puts it into what a normal human would go, oh, okay, that's what they're trying to say.
Yes. I wrote the review. I just put it into ChatGPT to clean it up.
Right. And even that, I know people are, a lot of people are against, the AI and, oh, you used AI, graphics or, Chat GTP to make it so that I clicked on this or whatever. And I still have to sit down and write what I just did in the video. And it takes a long time. Like, it's like 30, 40 minutes of me sitting down there typing out, well, I did this and then we did this and, whatever the case may be, and getting it all ready and then putting it in there and it, spits it out in 2 seconds. Yes. But I still spent 40 minutes getting
And then
it
you
all
got to
ready.
read it.
Right.
Everything to make sure it makes sense.
Right. So it didn't just go, this spit out exactly how my head says it.
Mm.
And, and trying to get, titles that people will actually click on instead of I played WoW.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Is like a lot of people are so against AI, and I'm like, well, one, you've been using AI since pretty much the dawn of technology, and with this kind of AI, it's like if you use it as a tool, that's what it's supposed to be. It's a tool to help you, kind of like autocorrect, which actually
Right.
is an AI tool.
Right. And I use
Um,
the fuck out of autocorrect on my phone.
Ain't that ducking right? So, but yeah, so it's like that's what I look at it as or not autocorrect, but AI with ChatGPT, Canva, all these other ones that you can use, Opus Clip, Eclipse, these ones that are helping people cut clips for their Twitch streams and for their Beam streams and stuff like that. It's like that's all AI. And it's like that helps you. It does not do the work for you.
Right.
It's like a teacher. They're not supposed to do the work for you. They're supposed to help you learn how.
I mean, ugh.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
depending on the teacher.
you're leaning on it to do some of the work. Like now I feel like I have to do like all my videos this way so that, people will click on them and watch them instead of, the garbity gook that I played WoW. Okay. Why am I clicking on this video type thing?
Yeah.
So it does become kind of, you have to then continuously using it or like it doesn't seem right, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's no continuity.
Right.
So I mean, I get it, but like I said on Looker and Dingy's show, it was like I just see it as a tool. It's a tool to help you, when people don't let it write your entire review, but let it help you just clean it up.
Right.
You know,
And it's not writing it for me. Like I can't just say, here's my video, go write it, right?
right.
I still have to, like I said, spend 30 to 40 minutes writing out everything I did in the video, and then, everything I want it to hit, and, include my, social links, or include, I don't even remember what else I have it include. But, and then it, puts it in there, and and it puts in the little emojis on some things, and spices it up just a little bit.
Yeah, I get it.
I see it as a good tool as long as you're not completing abusing it. I mean, it's not like I'm making ChatGPT like write my report that I'm going to turn into school.
Right. There was an episode of South Park where they were actually using ChatGPT to write like their text messages back to their girlfriends. And then when the girlfriends would be like, "Oh, he's so great," and they'd be like, they would see them in person, and they'd be like, "So remember when you told me that you had that problem on the boat too?" And the guys were like, It's like,
Okay.
yes, you shouldn't abuse it. Then actually at the very end of the episode, Stan was like, "How do I fix this?" Wait, just type it in the ChatGPT. And then the very end of the show is like so disjointed, but it ends on a happy note. And then he goes like, "Wait, how?" Clyde goes like, "How did you do that?" And he goes, "ChatGPT, dude." And then at the very end, you see, episode written by Trey Parker and ChatGPT.
Okay.
And I was like, well, at least
That's
he's
kinda
admitting
funny.
that he used it, but I think that's the only time he's ever used it for probably writing a script, but it was like just to show people this is what it's going to do,
Right.
It'll give you what you want. It's just not always the best. But at the same time, like I said, I write the review and then I just put it in there as, hey, clean it up so it sounds good.
Right. And that's how Looker kind of got us, I think, got both of us kind of using it that way, right? Because he says, he does it for his show that way. He'll put in like the bullet points he wants to hit and whatnot, and let it run its course.
Yep. That's why I downloaded it actually. And
yeah,
my wife uses Canva, so I'm like, yeah, and I'm learning to use Canva.
Yeah, I use Canva also for my pictures mostly. I haven't used its AI very much. But yeah, I started paying for the ChatGPT so I could like get more results out of it, like not just once a day or whatever, however many it is a day.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I was trying to do, I don't remember what I think I was trying to edit a video or a picture. I wanted it edited, and then it's like, you've reached your max. And I'm like, fuck. All right,
Yeah.
I'll pay for it.
Yeah, that happened to me with Canva too. But yeah, I'm gonna start paying for that. It's just, I don't have the best paying job and I got bills to pay, but I gotta put those in there.
Canva's a good service all around. And I know it has tacked on the the AI stuff, so I should probably be using that AI, but I don't know. Can you use the Canva one for like words? I guess I think of it as more for like pictures.
I look at it as more for pictures, but I think you can. I don't think it's quite. I think Canva's better for the images, and ChatGPT is better for this. But maybe at some point they'll get better at both,
Right?
Or maybe
And
they'll conglomerate and make a
right. They'll all become one.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I had a friend actually today I saw on Facebook. He was saying, ChatGPT versus Google's Gemini, their AI, and he's like, ChatGPT is just a little bit better on what he's used it for. I have dabbled a little bit in the Google one, but nothing like ChatGPT now.
So,
but sorry, didn't mean to take away from your thing, but yeah, you
nope.
brought up the AI, and I wanted to touch on it, and yeah, I do use it.
No problem. Ed, I'm glad that, with all the technical problems that we had, we were able to get a good conversation in here too that will at least look somewhat good because, I mean, this show was a train wreck right from the start with all the technical issues.
I mean, it was rolling good, and then it just went off the fucking rails, and couldn't get it back on there.
It was great until it wasn't. Hold on, I'm being technically.
We get more women jumping on trampolines.
Oh, here they want to see. Are you still wearing? No, apparently she's got to be all conservative now, man.
I'm cold now. It's really cool off in here.
I'm cold now. Yeah, for anybody that was just tuning in here, she decided to come in a sports bra, which a lot of women walk around only wearing a sports bra. I've seen it all over, but I just didn't expect her to get in front of the camera like that.
You knew I was walking around with it on my floor.
She's never gotten in front of the camera like that. All right, what's up?
I'm just going to take a nap.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead and you guys can do your
this show is off the rails anyway. We might as well have my wife tell me she's going to take a nap in the middle of the show. Professional. Yep. Go ahead. But yeah, so last night, I actually just saw this just hours ago, actually. Last night, I decided to watch Until Dawn, which is a movie adapted from the popular PlayStation game of the same name. Right. Now, it's a horror thriller that's loosely based on the 2015 interactive game. It uses the name and a few familiar elements, but the film forges its own path. And that actually works in its favor and works as its weakness. Now, the film diverges significantly from the source material in tone, setting, and narrative mechanics. Now, I know here, and I don't know why this has completely messed everything up in here. Now, I mean, there are a lot of things that work, and there's a few things that don't. Now, what works is actually it does still have a kind of a creative premise. And I was asking Neo Deth before the show here. Did you did see the movie Happy Death Day, right?
Yes, and that was actually a pretty decent movie. I like that one.
Yeah, and Happy Death Day borrowed heavily from Groundhog's Day, the old Bill Murray movie where he goes to sleep and then wakes up in this Groundhog's Day, goes to sleep, reliving the same day over and over. Mm-hmm. Now, I mean, so the looping structure offers a pretty strong conceptual foundation, especially effective in the slasher horror terms. The practical effects and gore. The film doesn't skimp on elaborate kills and visceral creature designs, which a lot of horror fans, like myself, will come to appreciate. Now, the time loop mechanics, by playing the game, by playing with genre switches, each reset, the movie shows ambition in translating the game mechanics to film format and storytelling. The strong central performances, Ella Rubin's Clover and Peter, I'm going to probably say his name wrong, but Peter Storminare's Dr. Hill bring charisma, spark, offering emotional renaissance and complexity, absent in much of the malevolent mayhem. Now, here's the fun part. Here's where the shortcomings are, and trust me, there's a lot.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so there's a lot of weak character depth. Characters feel tethered to horror archetypes rather than fully realized individuals. The game's branching choice-heavy storyline created memorable personalities in the game, but in the movie, it's just they're just giant stereotypes, pretty much. Now the plot, the layering of Wendigos, witches, experiments, and psychological horror muddies the narrative instead of enriching it. Now, in the game, that worked really well, layering it like that. The game also had hours and hours and hours to lay out the story and flesh everything out. This was put into like less than 2 hours. And
right. I mean, the game doesn't have that much either, because I've always felt like it was kind of gimmicky in the game too. Mm-hmm. Like you kind of knew, hey, this guy was going to do this, or whatever the case may be.
Right, but it was able to be foreshadowed instead of just like, oh, here we go. Okay.
I get what you mean.
Yeah. Now the critics for this had mixed reception with it, with a Rotten Tomato score covering around 53%. Now the final thoughts on this are my final thoughts. I would say I'm glad I saw it. It was a great attempt at trying to, tell a new story with an existing IP. But really, with a game like that has the branching storylines that are completely dependent on your actions, you were only really going to disappoint fans in some way or another.
Right.
With there you could determine who died, who was a good guy, who was a bad guy, Here it was all made for you, and it basically just became one giant stereotype of horror movies. Interesting plot, some good performances, but not enough to really say, yes, must do, So for this one, I would give this 3.5 eyes. Remember, 1 being the best, which means I couldn't take my eye off of it, and 5 being the worst. I would say this would be probably, I would say a 4. Let's go with a 4.
Oh.
So not the worst that it could have possibly been, because like I said, I'm glad I saw it. I'm just glad I didn't spend money to see it.
I was gonna say, I think you said while we were prepping for this that you were glad that you didn't have to pay for it.
Yes, I'm glad I saw it on a streaming service. I'm glad
Right.
I didn't pay extra money for it. So now I'm kind of glad that, remember that one weekend that I said that I was going to go see that movie and then I couldn't because something popped up. I'm glad something popped up and I didn't throw down money for it.
Now, okay.
Maybe it would have been better on a big screen. But...
maybe. I don't know. Maybe again, like environment. If they, let's say the theater's packed and everybody, they have a jump scare and everybody's or whatever the case.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, but does it have like multiple endings to it?
No.
Or is it just so? Would it have been better with the Clue style ending where it had multiple endings, kind of like the game did, depending on who you helped out or whatever?
I think it would have, kind of like I want to say it was Black Mirror on Netflix that came out with one that was like, it was almost like where it was a choose your own adventure kind of thing.
Yeah, it was completely interactive.
Yeah. So I think if they had done something like that and put it on not Netflix, but I know Sony has their own streaming service and things like that, because this was through PlayStation Studios that they just gave a theatrical release to. If they had done that where it was interactive and a choose your own adventure kind of thing, I think it would have been a lot better, especially when adapting a game that has that, that has that mechanic. I honestly think that would have been so much better. Putting this out here, it's just kind of a generic horror movie that had an interesting premise and had some strong performances, but it's like the jump scares were not there. They tried, but it was like, she's going to turn around and somebody's going to be there. Somebody's there. And it's like,
I mean, it's like taking like a 3D thing and then you translate it and it's just 1D. Like you're losing out on a lot of that. From the game to that, like where we had choices and what our choices were depended on, who stayed alive and what. That's what made that game fun. Is you're like, oh shit, is this if me saying this, is this gonna kill off somebody, later on, or whatever the case may be. So,
and none of the original characters are in this. It's a completely new story.
And I was gonna say it's its own story, which could be a good thing and could be a bad thing.
Like, I like to look at it like, okay, so I really wanted the secluded mountain, snowy mountains in the wintertime. I was looking forward to that whole setting. Now I knew that you could come in with different characters and that's fine. But they completely changed the setting, and the whole thing was in that game. It wasn't, there wasn't an hourglass that determined, whether it was day or night. And if you survived the night, the whole thing is if you die during the night, you have another chance the next day, but things change, so there's a new threat the next day. And then on top of that, it's not just that there's a new threat, it's an added threat. So you have to watch out about what you had before, plus this thing now. And that would have been really interesting, except you're calling it Until Dawn. It's like, that's not how Until Dawn worked. Until Dawn was like, you had the one psycho killer, and then you had the Wendigo out there too. And then you had like, the stories of witches and all this that have all happened on there. So yeah, it was layered story, but here they were just kind of throwing it all into an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, and saying like, oh, by the way, this is a good movie. It's like, is it? But I will give it credit where credit's due. The creature designs, the way that they describe and they represent the Wendigo is phenomenal.
Would you even say it's fantastic?
I was going to say, to use Koimia's word, it is fantastic. Yeah. So, yep. I really liked it. I really liked that, but the movie itself, watch it on Netflix. Don't spend money for it.
Oop, 7 times. I didn't reset it from last time. My bad.
Okay, let's do this. Fantastic.
It has not been said that many times.
So that is my review of Until Dawn, the movie. I know it's not called that, but that's what I'm going to say. It's the movie version of Until Dawn. So definitely it's worth watching on Netflix. It's not worth much more.
I mean, it's not like now you could go rent it in the, a brick and mortar place and pay money for it. So at least you're getting something.
Yeah.
Like you said. Yeah, it's kind of disappointing when they try and take those IPs and go, hey, let's turn it into a game, into a movie. I mean, it's like the old Resident Evil, like the first one that came out. When they announced that, I was like, oh, fuck yeah, let's make a movie on this and let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And then, he completely fucked it up. And then,
I didn't mind the first movie. I was like, if you
I
went
didn't
in
like
there
the first one.
thinking
You had the basis of it. You had the mansion. You had this stuff, and then you start rewriting it with some other things, and I'm like, what? Why are we having this? AI computer doing everything, and I was like, nope, that ruined it for me.
I will say the CGI Resident Evil movies, maybe not the one that they put on Netflix that everyone freaked out about, but the ones that actually follow Leon and Chris, those are good. I like those.
Okay.
Have you seen those?
I don't think I have.
Okay, I've got them on DVD. I'm going to mail them to you because those are great.
DVD? Who uses DVDs anymore?
What's a DVD? I remember when I was younger, I would tell people, be like, oh yeah, I've got that movie. I've got it on DVD. And they'd be like, I got it on DVD. It's like, wait, you don't have a DVD player? Like, no, I still have VHS. Like,
right. Yeah. DVD was, again, that's why you got like your PS2 is so you could have a DVD player and play video games. It was the cheapest DVD player you could get at the time because they were so ridiculously expensive. And then Blu-ray was same thing with, I believe, the PS3.
Yeah.
That you could have a good, decent Blu-ray player in that. But by that time, like, all that technology had finally come down where it was like you could go to fucking Walmart and buy it for like, $30-$40 and have one.
Go to a second-hand store and get it for $15.
Right. But yeah, I still have, it's not out, it's in my storage. I still have all my DVDs and Blu-rays, which is over like, it's got to be a couple hundred that I have, because I had a decent collection, and then all of a sudden we started going away from that media, so I just stopped buying them.
There are people on TikTok that do videos where it's like, you just ask me what DVDs I have, and then they just walk around with like all their DVDs, and it's like that they do pretty well on TikTok. And it's like,
really?
Because I've seen them where they're sitting there going like, yep, I've got Shrek. Yep, yeah, and then they'll be here. Oh yeah, but I've got 3 versions of Shrek. Look, I've got the DVD version, I've got the Blu-ray version, I've got the VHS version.
Yeah.
And this one has this, and this one has this, and then they're just sitting there. It's like the comments are going all up and everything, and they're like,
well, for younger kids, that haven't grown up with that, then yes, that is like an amazing feat or whatever to have a collection like that. And yeah, I was slowly starting to like transition them from DVD into Blu-rays,
Mhm.
which is expensive. So eventually, as I saw that the media was going away, I was like, well, I'm not gonna keep doing this. I'm not gonna keep it up, but it sucks because I had a decent collection.
Yeah, because how many of them now don't even come out on DVD? They're just straight to streaming.
Right. I think you can still get them on DVD, but it's like harder to find them.
I still need to find Dogma on Blu-ray because I know that they're releasing that pretty soon.
Has it come out yet or no?
I'm not sure. I know
Okay.
that they re-released it in theaters because I went and saw it, and
Right.
then they were going to put it on streaming service, and then they were going to do like a 25th anniversary of it or something like that. I'm hoping so because I will be buying that one. I told my wife, I was like, whether we have a Blu-ray player, and I was like, yep, but my PlayStation X is a Blu-ray player. The Xbox X is a Blu-ray player. So we're getting it, and we're gonna watch that, and we're gonna watch all the DVD extras and all the commentary. And
See, that's what I used to like about the DVDs, over VHS, because I had a VHS collection back in the day too. Is you could get the special features. I didn't do a lot of the commentaries. There was only like a couple that I actually loved the movie so much that I would sit there and listen to the commentary too. Like I know one of them was Final Destination. I completely watched that one with the commentary, but like, deleted scenes, making of, all those extras they would pack into those were so much value, I thought, because I wanted to see that stuff.
I will say with Final Destination, what do you think is better, the plane explosion in the first one or the trucks with the,
I knew you were going to go with the log scene.
The log scene in the second one.
I still like the first one just because it was so fresh and original, I thought.
At the time.
At the time, obviously. Obviously now it's been done quite a few times. And then that's another one, like I haven't seen the latest one that's out on streaming. I think it's on Max or one of those. But yeah, that media has just gone the way of the dodo bird.
Yeah.
You don't need that mic.
Yeah. That was my second screen that I had going in here. But yeah, and then there was another video that we had up here too. I know one that I had sent to you. I don't know if you got a chance to watch it here for your segment here about streamers.
No, I didn't watch it, so we're gonna watch it now. It's only like 3 minutes, so let's give it a go.
And if you get a chance to go on to YouTube and check this guy out, see Pause Music. I have actually learned a lot from this guy, and he has no idea who I am.
But you're giving him the plug, like you should. Give him the credit. So right. Hopefully this will work.
Are you tired of those annoying bots and people that come into your stream asking if you want to buy graphics, get cheap viewers, or become famous? Yeah, me too. It's honestly like an epidemic right now. So let me show you 3 different things that you can do right now in order to fix this problem. First thing we can do is if you're on Twitch or Kick, I'll cover both. And honestly, YouTube might work too. But the first one is just for Twitch, so sit tight. So if you're on Twitch, you'll go to the top right corner, click on your little icon, and then you're going to go to Creator Dashboard. But then you'll go to the left-hand side and click on Settings, and then you're going to go to Moderation. Then from here, we're going to scroll down to where it says Channel Privileges, and then you're going to see somewhere that says Chat Verification and Email Verification. I'd highly recommend turning on all chatters must have a verified email at the very least. You can also turn on more advanced settings, like if you want to do some chatters, first-time chatters, phone verification. All of that will help the bot situation. And you can also do the same thing for followers if you want. But it's just a really easy setting that you can turn on to combat at least some of it. The second thing that we can do is pretty much going to work on every streaming platform. So like like Twitch, Kick, YouTube. So in order to do that on Twitch first, we're going to scroll up to where it says block terms and phrases. So we're click on that. And then from here, we're just going to type in a bunch of common phrases that we see a lot of these bots and art sellers using. So like get big follows, get famous here, buy cheap viewers, want to become famous. All of these are really common phrases that you're going to see amongst a lot of the bots. You can also ban need graphics if I could.
So let's stop right there, because I know a lot of the bots they get around that, right? They'll use leet speak, they'll use different characters to get around that. So you can't always do that. I mean, it will catch the generic ones that aren't like pushing that, but like everyone I've seen lately has been like they'll either that or they'll put spaces in between the like follow space between everything to try and get away from it. Because they're catching on to that kind of stuff. But that's just we'll continue on, but that's my my thought on that. Yeah, you can do that, but know that there's some may still get through,
right?
And like a lot of mine get caught up by my bot, my main bot, Waze bot. Like it catches most of those, even the ones that are spelling it weird or whatever. It'll give me the message, hey, I caught this, do you want this to go through? And then you most of the time like, nope, thank you. Deny. Get out of here.
Oh my god, that's atrocious. But basically, anytime you see a new bot with a new phrase, you can come into here and then just add that, so that way it prevents them from posting it in the first place. Pretty similar process for Kick as well. Top right corner, creator dashboard. Then you'll go to channel, and then you're going to go to chat. Then you'll scroll down until you see banned words all the way at the bottom, and then you can add in those banned words as well. And I'm pretty sure YouTube has something similar, but don't quote me on that. Then moving on to number 3, if the first 2 things aren't enough, done a bunch of research, and apparently Seribot is really good for over on Twitch. I've personally not used it before, but I've heard great things about preventing the bots, as well as preventing the bot followers that you get. So just in case, I'm going to show you guys how to set it up, because I've actually never used it before, so I'm just going to follow this little guide. So the first thing that we're going to do is go and highlight this. It says mod Seribot, so we're going to copy that and go to our own chat. I'm just going to click this little hyperlink. And then once we're over here, we're going to go to our chat box. I'm going to right click and paste, or you can just control V, but I feel like this is easier to follow, so I'm going to just hit chat or hit enter. It says I've granted moderator privileges to Seribot. And by the way, I stream once a week trying to answer you guys' questions from these videos, so check out the channel if you're interested. And I also have a free streamers masterclass teaching you how you can become a streamer and grow the legit way, linked in the description down below.
I haven't caught his live streams yet.
So we did step 1. Now we're going to go and click the authorize the bot to your channel. So we're going to click on that. You can simply read this if you'd like. I'm going to hit authorize because I'm lazy. It's going to bring you to the Seribot channel. Then I believe we're going to hit exclamation point join, and you're going to hit send it. So we hit join and it says welcome to Seribot. I will join the channel soon. So we got to go back to the Seribot. We did do that, and it says if you did the first 2 successfully, it'll give you success message. That is correct. And then if you want, optionally, you can use the bot to block follow bots for you. So you'll just go in Seribot's chat, not yours, and then you'll copy this little command in there. And then for extra protection while you're offline, you can also run this command in Seribot's chat, not yours, to protect you when you're offline. Well, that's pretty much it. So now we're protected from bots as well, and they have a bunch of other things here as well on the side, like mod tools, remove bot followers, spam protection that you can click on the side of this website, which I guess I'll link in the description down below as well. So it looks like there's a bunch of cool stuff, but once again, I have never used this before. I've just heard through the grapevine it's actually a really good resource, so we'll check it out. And if you guys have used Seribot before, let me know in the comments down below what you think of it and what other people should be aware of. But in the meantime, watch this playlist to the side of me. It's going to show you how to grow your channel from scratch, so give it a watch. My name's Cody, and I will see you in the next one.
I was trying to hit it before it went.
But yeah, I watch him for quite a lot. In fact, a lot of the ways that I set up my my channel was based on stuff that he did. So
yeah, give him a like and a follow too.
Yep, definitely like, follow, and say that you saw it on this show. Yep, like, follow, subscribe, everything. Give a comment and say it was. I have used that Seribot, not for that. I was using it to tell me before my ads came out. Like it would send out a message, but it seemed like it was always like
off. It would be saying, "Hey, there's an ad going on," and I would ask my viewers, and they're like, "There's no ad going on." I'm like, "Okay, thanks. That's super helpful."
Well, it's not perfect, and like we were saying, like, it's not going to catch every single bot that goes through, but like he said, you see a new one on there, go in there and add it to the banned words.
Yeah, but
so
I mean, from what I've got running right now, I've got Stream Elements, and then, like I said, WazeBot. I don't get them as much anymore. I do get the occasional, the fake follower will follow me and then, start chatting or whatever. But for the most part, it catches a lot of them, thankfully. Yeah. I know on Kick it's very rampant. It's like the Wild West on Kick for bots and that kind of stuff. But
I know Koimia was going to come on until he had his family obligations he had to do for this week. So hopefully he'll come back next week and talk about this. He was going to do one about why Kick is shit.
Yeah. I want to definitely have the conversation with on that. I mean, on my Beam, I still go out to my Kick, but it's not like I make it's just when we do this show, right? Which
that's how I have mine.
I'm in the process of trying to get Beam up on for when I go live all the time, but I don't want to do it through OBS because I've had problems in the past with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I finally got OBS, so it's like it works well. It's outputting to Twitch the way I want it to, because before I couldn't get it to 1080p for some fucking reason. I finally got everything working right. I don't want to fuck up OBS. So I installed Meld yesterday and was playing around with it. I imported something, and I was going to attempt maybe tonight to go live on Beam and beam it out to everything.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Yeah, and see how that goes.
Maybe, we were saying, what are Beam streamers going to be called? Because you got Twitch people, Twitch streamers, YouTubers. What are the Beam streams going to be called? They should be called Scotties.
Scotties?
Mm-hmm. Because they beam you up.
Yeah, I get where that's going. I don't know if they could do that.
You think Fox will let him get away with that? Or Disney? Because doesn't Disney own Star Trek now? Or
no.
was that? Was that Fox?
No, it's not Fox. That's Paramount. Paramount owns Star Trek.
Oh, okay. I still say they're calling
they will come down on you because it's like the only thing they still have. Which supposedly, I do Lego things too sometimes. They are coming out with a Star Trek Lego set.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly, it's supposed to hit for Black Friday, and it's going to be the U.S. Enterprise D for the next generation, and supposed to have all those figures. We haven't actually gotten. Speaking of, hey, Angel just popped into our Beam. We were just talking about Beam.
Okay, so Angel, just so you know, we were talking when you were on the show about what we could call Beam streamers. You've got Twitch streamers, you've got YouTubers, you've got, what do they call Kick? Are they called Kickers or whatever? But for Beam stream, we're thinking they should be called Scotties, like the people who use Beam stream as their primary should be called Scotties because of Beam Me Up Scotty. Let us know what you think of that, and hopefully we will not get in any kind of legal trouble.
Yeah, and I was just saying, I don't know if Paramount would allow us, but he does come back and say, Beam works perfectly with Meld. Okay. I've got it all set up, and I'm going to give it a shot, I think, tonight. We would get a lawsuit.
Dang it.
I figured that was the case.
Well, we said Beamers earlier, and I don't think that really works well.
I like Beamers is my go-to one that I like.
Okay, that's what we're calling it. We created it. We want copyright. But anyway, yeah. That was just my thought though, which comes Scotty's, but yeah, probably a lawsuit.
Yeah.
Well-
Yeah, I like your badge now where it says CEO on there. It's pretty predominant.
Mhm.
But do we know, while I've got you here, do we know when the merch is going to start shipping? That's what I want to know, because I can't
Mhm.
wait to get my shirt and hat that I
Yes.
ordered.
So
We can't even use Beat Me Up Scotty in our social posts. Oh,
yeah,
man.
because Paramount probably has that.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they've got that
first.
on lock.
Yeah. It's like, remember, did you know Monster Energy actually sues a lot of places that use the word monster in their title? So like
Really?
they tried, I want to say Monsters and Mysteries or something like that, or they had a Godzilla King of the Monsters, and they keep trying to sue places that put the word monster in it. It's like, you can't coin the word monster.
Right.
Like, that's,
I mean, if it's a beverage and it's monstrous or something along those lines, yeah, I could see that. But you can't just go around. I'll get rid of all these people.
I was just kind of joking with my wife. I was like, so they hired a legal team with nothing to do, and that's why the legal team.
They're like, hey, we're bored. Let's go sue somebody. That's our job, right?
Mhm. It's like, wait, what are we suing? They used the word monster. It's like they actually tried to sue the company that did Monster Hunter.
Really?
Because they put the word
Capcom?
monster. Yeah. Yeah, they tried to sue them because of the word monster in Monster Hunter. And every single lawsuit that they ever do gets like thrown out instantly. It's like, you're
Right?
just wasting
Yeah, I wonder
time
why.
and money at this time. Then again,
Yeah.
it's Monster Energy, so it's not like they aren't making their money.
Right. I mean, that's like, I guess Red Bull would do the same things for the gives you wings or whatever.
Mhm.
If you tried to use that for something, same type of thing.
But that's an actual coined phrase, not just a word.
Okay. Angel comes back here. The people from the merch manufacturing told me today that they have a problem getting the premium hats as their supplier ran out, but they start shipping out later this coming week. Okay. Thank you for the update on that.
Yep. Thank you, Angel. And we look forward to having you back on the show
Yes,
sometime.
we do.
Yep. We'll definitely be in contact with you, and I want to have you back on real soon because that was a lot of fun.
Yep. Probably like you were, I believe you were talking to Koimiya on X, maybe, around the holiday season when you can tell us a little bit more about some of your stuff that's going on. That would
Definitely.
That would be great. And good thing you weren't here earlier because we were having so many technical difficulties.
It's like the first hour of the show is just
It was all on my end because I was trying to do a funny bit with still having Koimiya on as Fred and had a camera on Fred, and it was not working.
Yeah. So for a long time we had up this.
Yes.
So I'm
let's
glad
plan. He comes back. Let's plan in November, mid-November. Okay. We will get
We'll
back
make that
to
work.
you. Koimiya seems to be the go-to on scheduling of people because I believe he's got some other people he's talked to, like Angelic Angel, I believe. I believe he was talking to Frank in real life, trying to see if we can get some of these other people to come on here too. That would be really cool. We will get Koimiya to give you a heads up on what will work in November. I don't think we have anything planned.
So, yeah, not
But
as of
thank you.
yet,
We appreciate that.
Not that Koimi has told me anyway. I know he's working on it, but he hasn't.
Yeah,
told
he's
me
working
anything
on
for
some
sure.
things in the back. So I guess he's our no, it's not publicity manager. What would that be? I can't remember the name. The person that's like scheduling and doing all that kind of stuff.
Secretary?
No, it's not a secretary.
That's a secretary.
No, it's not. There's a in the PR world. There's a
an assistant.
I guess an assistant, but not really. By the way, before using Meld, try using your OBS and not change any settings and see if it works. Beam's a lot better with OBS these days.
Okay.
Producer.
A
Comes back
producer.
with producer. Thank you.
Yes. Sometimes words are hard.
Yeah, I mean, I was in that genre, but okay, I will give OBS another try, I think.
So,
before we started talking to Angel and we were on the topic of Star Trek, I was saying that in November, Black Friday, that Lego's supposed to release a Lego version of the Enterprise D from the next generation and have all the figures and stuff. I believe the pictures have leaked, and it looks pretty good for being a Lego set. It'll definitely be one that I will pick up. Okay, I have to run. Thank you again, Angel, for stopping in. And Koimia will get a hold of you and talk about November, having you back on. We appreciate you stopping by and everything.
Yeah, didn't they say that? Yeah, thank you very much, Angel. And we look forward to talking with you again.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, that Lego set that you were bringing up here, though, wasn't that like $1,000 or something?
No, you're thinking of the new Star Wars set that's coming out in around that same time. It's supposed to be a new Death Star, but it's almost $1,000, but also almost 10,000 pieces. It's like 9,000 and something.
Yeah.
I
got it pulled up here.
Yep, and the pictures finally leaked for this one, and it's not what people thought it was going to be. They thought, for 1,000 you would have this, spherical Death Star, and this one's kind of, cross section while also still having it spherical. I don't know if it's just like, a cross section and it's on the front, it's still spherical, or if it's just kind of flat on the back and you're just taking literally just pieces of it and putting it together. Because if you could flip this on its side, the other side from this, and it would still be, spherical and look like the Death Star, kind of like that, I think that would be a cool set, and that would make sense on like where all the parts go. Whereas but if you look on that, if you look at the very bottom there, it's giving you the dimensions. It's showing the cross section, and it looks like it's just flat on one side, and then you got the play side, on the other. So
I don't know if it's really worth 1,000, but it's definitely
right. I mean, it's you paying for the part, for the how many pieces it's coming with. It's almost 10,000 pieces.
Right.
So that's usually the math that maths out when you're buying Legos for price per piece. But yeah, I mean, these are just leaked images that we've gotten out. Obviously, it was at it looks like a Toys R Us. Somebody got it early or something and, cracked it open. And that's how we got these leaked pictures.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't really tell who these guys are, but.
Yeah, there's some sort of warehouse that they cracked one open and took these pictures, which are, decent pictures. And, the diorama part, that part looks really good, especially like the laser for the death laser, I guess you would call it, whatever, that section in there looks really good. And, they capture the entire thing. You've got the jail, you've got the Emperor, you've got the trash compactor, you've got C-3PO, you got Han Solo running from them. You've got the dock there, when they landed with the Emperor. So you got the tractor beam scene and him, Luke and Leia swinging. So they captured everything you would want in those scenes. I just don't know what the other side of it looks like, how well the other side looks, or if it's just a cross section. And I mean, if that's the case, then your parts are just taken up on making the this thing round, I guess.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Can you find the leaked images of the Enterprise? I know they're out there too.
Yeah. If you want to take this down for just a second here.
Yep, I did.
Then, let's see. Okay, so leaked images of
Lego Enterprise.
Lego. Okay, so here's the ones that are on Google here. This is just straight up Google.
Yeah, I believe that's the one.
Yep,
that's it. So yeah, it shows you all the minifigures. The saucer section can come off like they've done in the movies.
It doesn't let you get too much closer in here, but
yeah, they're not completely detailed as the other ones, but so that's what we have for the Enterprise I was talking about. It still looks cool, and it'll be like I think that one's like a $300, $350, somewhere in there price range. I mean, Lego is not a cheap
it's not a cheap hobby.
No, not in any stretch of the means, is it?
Well, especially I think ones like this are more for the adults, the collectors, the nostalgic ones.
They are, and they know that that's their base. And these ones are usually, they've got an 18+ line that they do, and that's where these big sets come from.
Right.
Yeah. So you know what you're getting into.
My little nephew, he's 9, and of course he's really into Legos, and he really likes Mario. So of course I went over to Costco and I saw like the Lego Mario stuff, and I was like, oh, we should definitely get him this for his birthday. Go up there and it's like $150. I was like, oh, we should find something else. So.
I mean, actually, if you found it at Costco, the Costco ones usually are cheaper than what, like if you went to go to a Lego store or bought it directly from them, Costco has it cheaper than they do.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes when they're trying to clear out they'll go even lower than that. Like I found a set the other week where it was like completely like $50 off of the Lego set. Usually it's the botanical ones. Actually, I think I have it. One sec. I think I can get to it.
And while he's doing that,
yeah, this one right here. So it's the botanical flower set. It's like a $100 set on Lego. They had it down to 70 plus another 20 off. So it was like 50 something, 59 instead of 100. And that's a great fucking deal for what you're getting. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
mm-hmm.
They also had like the Grogu one that they just put out with him in the pram. That one was on sale for a decent one too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can find some decent ones at Costco and Sam's Club for Lego, and if you find them there, they're usually cheaper than what you would find in store.
Right.
Obviously, you have to have the Costco account or get in to get them.
Yeah, but Costco cards aren't really that expensive. Not for the whole year. It's like $100.
No, I mean, if you go with the basic one, it's not horrible.
Yeah, you know what? They have some of the best food in their cafe.
I mean, yeah, that plus just getting bulk food that's decently priced.
Mm-hmm. I realized I wasn't getting enough fiber, so I went there and I get like this huge tub of fiber that lasts me like a year.
Okay.
And I spend like $16 on it, and I'm like,
right.
Okay.
We get a lot of our like protein drinks from there because they're pretty decently priced. Like this one's actually from Sam's Club. But yeah, they usually have those decently priced, so you can buy them in bulk.
Those we get the chicken there. It's like $5 for a rotisserie chicken, and then we don't eat it like that night. What we do is we bring it home and we shred it, and then we put it in the freezer, and then we usually like add it into other meals.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, yeah, there's lots of different things you can get at Costco that are good.
We do usually a weekly trip to Costco.
Yeah, we usually do like every 2 weeks or so, like, or just buying bulk like toilet paper, paper products.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to do it that way. Save yourself some money. You're going to have to buy it anyways. So
yeah, that's what we do with toilet paper, and we do big flats of water.
Yep, that's how we get our water too.
Kirkland is a great brand, and if they wanted to sponsor us, give us a call.
I mean, yeah, this turned into ads for Legos and Costco.
And I was talking about Pepsi earlier, so we are. I'm not afraid.
We got Premier Protein in there. Like, what else can we advertise and see what we can get monetized by?
But, after the show, I'm going to go to Best Buy and get a new Dell computer. And
for the computer, you have to stream on Beam for 3 hours at the end of this month. And Beam is doing the big end of month sweepstakes. It's like a $5,000 computer that they're putting up. Get on Beam. Stream for 3 hours, and you could get the chance of getting that computer, right?
And you should definitely do it while sitting in your secret lab chair and your secret lab desk.
Yes.
While wearing your HyperX headphones. We are so shameless.
That's enough plugs for one show, I believe. What other articles do we have? We've done your review. We've done my segment.
But we did have this to talk about. We were talking about, what do you call YouTubes or YouTubers? What should we call beams? Could be beamers, Twitch streamers. Well, YouTubers now, the YouTube's new AI age verification system went into effect just the other day, actually, on the 13th. Basically, it's trying to make it that, if it thinks that you're under 18, so YouTube has officially launched its new AI age verification technology, which will automatically add certain restrictions to your account if it thinks you're under 18. Because nothing could go wrong with that. I mean, if somebody's sitting there acting like a giant child that's actually 40 years old.
I mean, maybe it'll make the comments better, right? So you don't get the people that are just trolling in the comments. Hey, you're not grown up enough for that. You get down there.
I mean, I think Asian Faja said it best with always disrespect your trolls. But I'm like, you know what? The trolls are, even though they're sitting there making those nasty comments, that reads as the algorithm is just a comment and interaction.
Yeah.
So
it is. But
you just don't necessarily like to read it, but
right? Or you don't want your followers to see it. So what does this do exactly? It just makes it so that anybody under 18 doesn't see whatever they're not supposed to see.
So, well, it goes on here. The age estimation model, as dubbed by the company, uses AI to establish if the user is under 18. Despite what you might list as your birthday on your account,
right?
AI...
Let's stop right there, because it used to be that it would you wanted to watch an R-rated video or something, it would pop up, "What's your birthday?" and you could put in anything, right? Like a kid didn't beat that in 2 fucking seconds,
right?
Like, I always thought, like, who does this defeat? Who's actually putting in their real fucking age for that kind of stuff? So this is kind of to combat that and actually, work.
Well, like, we would go to an R-rated movie and we would actually pass an ID that we could maybe get around and hand it to handed to the box office person who knew that we were not over 18, but didn't care. You know, he was like, I don't get
back
paid
when
enough for this shit.
you had to actually go there to get your tickets, and they actually looked at you. Like now, you could just buy it online and just walk in.
I remember when we saw the original Scary Movie. Like I can't remember. I want to say I was like 15 or 16 when that came out, and when I walked in there, my mom took me to see it because she had seen a lot of those slasher movies anyway. So she's like, oh, these are just parodies of the slasher movies. We get in there and the box office guy is like, this really isn't meant for anybody under the age of 18. And she's like, okay, and just brings me in. Only for me to see Scary Movie with all those sex jokes in it with my mom sitting right next to me.
Good times.
Yeah, I remember that. And then we got carded for Blade. My mom had given me permission. My friend's mom had given him permission, but they wouldn't let us in because it was R-rated. So we literally had to call, and this is before cell phones. We had to find a payphone, call his mom, who had to come in and get us to the next show because she was like, well, they have my permission. And we're like, don't say that I'm not your kid. Just say these two have my permission.
Right.
And so we were able to get in that way, but she didn't stick around for it. And they told her she had to, but then she didn't.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it was a lot more strict growing up. I mean, now you don't have those safeguards, right? Like I said, you could just buy your tickets online, scan it up in, and then probably walk in. I mean, obviously, if it's a 7-year-old that's trying to get into, an R-rated movie, they might say something, but I don't even think they would. I think they would. Here's your ticket. Go ahead.
I don't get paid enough to care.
Right. It's not my job to babysit what your kid sees type thing.
Yeah. Go, instead of blaming the theaters themselves, it's like go to the people in charge of making it.
Well, and then I can, that's why I see why, this AI thing is kind of necessary, because kids will get around it pretty easy if you just put in your birth date. Oh, I was born in the 80s. Okay. Let me see your gray hairs then, damn it.
You look like 3 kids in a trench coat.
Right.
Yeah, but it continues here. It says if the AI program determines the user likely to be under 18, which it uses factors like activity, longevity, and the account to estimate, YouTube will enact restrictions and security measures, because that couldn't go wrong at all. Right. Those restrictions and protections, which already exist on accounts for people under 18, showing only non-personalized ads, enabling digital well-being tools by default, which include reminders to take a break and for bedtime, which content could be considered problematic.
Just think of that. If you're an adult, your account all of a sudden got this AI age restriction thing, and it's like, time for bed. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm watching it on my TV and it just goes, hey, it's time for bed. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yours would probably say pumpkin time.
Hey, I had, speaking of that, I had somebody yesterday, when I was playing WoW and streaming, someone actually said the same thing I did. They turned into a pumpkin. And I'm like, yes, I'm not the only one.
Yes, there's someone as weird as me.
Right. I feel vindicated. There are other widows like me.
I have never heard anybody say, I'm going to go turn into a pumpkin until you, when they're talking about go to sleep.
It's a thing. Anyways,
but
that just made me laugh really hard.
I'll bet it did. Of course, and of course, it's a time when I couldn't be there. Was that during your stream? Can I go back into your VODs and see it?
Yes, it's in my VOD. It's on my YouTube. I actually put a mark to it, the saying when they said it. And I'm like, aha, somebody else said it.
Nice. I'm going to go in there and see it, and then we're going to see if we can clip that.
Okay. It hasn't, I have it on the YouTube. It hasn't gone live. It goes live tomorrow.
Okay. Okay, but yeah, and this was saying like content that can be problematic if viewed in repetition, and blocking access to videos that are age restricted for only viewers 18 and older, determined by YouTube verified users. So I mean, yeah, what could go wrong with this? You know,
I mean, yeah, I can't wait to hear the people saying, "Well, my account got de-aged and is telling me it's time for bed and to go take a break."
Now, another story that we kind of brought up, Scary Movie earlier here. Scary Movie is actually getting a reboot. Back when parody movies were good, actually. And Anna Faris and Regina Hall from the original 2 movies. Actually, I want to say they were in like the original 3 or 4, but especially the first 2. They will be back for the reboot. Apparently, Anna Faris would not reprise her role unless Regina Hall was there. And Regina Hall wouldn't reprise the role unless Anna Faris was there. So they got him back. Yep. And apparently this one is going to be done by the Wayans brothers again, who originated the first 2 Scary Movies. And then after that, it was done by the guys who did Airplane and The Naked Gun. And that's why it went from being a super R-rated franchise to very PG-13.
I did not know that. I thought they always had it, and it just made that switch.
Nope, it's because they didn't want to do those movies anymore. They wanted to do other projects, and they sold it, but they still get credit for it because a lot of their characters and ideas were used for the movies. So they still get credit. They still got paid for them, but they didn't work on those.
Okay.
Imagine getting paid for something you didn't work on.
I mean, it's your IP or idea still, like they do with any of those. You take Freddy and make a new movie with him without the original guys. You still got to give the person that made it credit or whatever.
Right.
Same thing with comic books or any of that.
Oh yeah. But yeah, Regina Hall.
I bet you anything with this reboot, they're going to go into the legacy thing and start making fun of the newer, older, whatever the fuck you want to say those.
Because that was the thing, like the first 2 were like just parodying Scary Movies and maybe like a couple little things here and there that were like big at the time, like Scary Movie with Shorty and the group going "What's up?" That was huge with the Budweiser commercial at the time.
Right.
A lot of kids now probably wouldn't understand that whole reference. What's up?
Yeah, that was definitely like a 2000s thing that was going on there.
Yeah, but then
that was so funny. Like, I went to an Ozfest and Ozzy, before he came out, did a bit of that too. I was like, oh, that's hilarious.
Sounds like something Ozzy would do.
Yeah.
And then bite a bat.
Yeah, I just remember him doing the "was up." I was like, wow. Okay.
He said a long time ago what he wanted on his tombstone was "bats taste like shit."
I don't think he got that though. Sadly.
Probably not. Regina Hall and Anna Faris will reprise their iconic roles in the upcoming Scary Movie reboot. The actresses confirmed the duo appeared in the first 4. Okay, so I was wrong. So it's the first 4 installments of the horror comedy franchise as their beloved characters, Brenda and Cindy, respectively, and will return in the same roles. It says, "We can't wait to bring Brenda and Cindy back to life and be reunited with our great friends, Keenan, Sean, and Marlon." Those 3 of the Wayans brothers there. And the stars said in a joint statement to Deadline published August 15th, 3 men we'd literally die for in Brenda's case again. Because, I mean, she's died in like all the Scary Movies and still come back.
Right.
And E! News has reached out to Regina and Anna for comment, but has yet to hear back. So I'm really excited for that one. I don't know about you. I really enjoyed the Scary Movies.
They're okay. I'm not a fan of like that Naked Gun. I don't like those type, like where they're parodying a bunch of things. Or Airplane's a fucking classic. Like that's the only one I can tolerate. But most of the time I'm not a huge fan of those.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they got to be ridiculously stupid after a while.
Like, they did. And I believe I've watched them all. But yeah.
Like,
It's
what
not
was it?
something that
Vampires Suck, not another teen movie, action movie, epic movie. And it was just like, okay, now you're just being stupid with them, you know?
Yeah.
When they did, huh?
Usually, they'll start out as like scary movie, and then everybody just jumps on the bandwagon. Let's do one about teen movies. Let's do one about this and that, and yeah, it just got ridiculous. Though not another teen movie did have the Marilyn Manson song of what was it? Tainted Love, and that was a fantastic video.
Oh, there you go. You said it.
I did. And I don't have it ready again.
But anyway, I mean, but back when the Wayans brothers did it, they had done movies like that before. They did one that that parodied a lot of the hood movies that were out at the time. It was called Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood,
which I think is the longest title ever for a movie.
14 words long. Oh man, I love that. And then they just shortened it to Don't Be a Menace, and it was like, no, don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. And that parodied so many of those hood movies. And then I remember they said they had Scream, and then they had I Know What You Did Last Summer, and then they did Scream 2, and they were like, we have to parody these because they're getting out of control. So they parodied those. And then I think the reason Scary Movie 2 didn't do as well was because even though it had some iconic scenes, they rushed that. Like, they wanted that out like the very next year.
Right.
They didn't have time to work on it. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, well, we can churn these out and it'll always make a profit. It was like, no, they just got stupid after a while. The Wayans brothers at least tried,
Yeah. I mean, they've always been good for parodies, even back to days of In Living Color. That show was hilarious back in the day.
That's where Jim Carrey got his start. And he's actually said during Black
Jim
History
Carrey,
Month,
Jamie Foxx, who was the other guy? I can't think of his name. David Allen Green?
Greer.
His name? Greer. Him, and then there's one other guy, I can't think of his name. But yeah, they all got their start from there.
It was Jim Carrey during Black History Month. He said it's because of some brilliant blacks that I actually even have a career.
Yeah.
It's like, because, I think Saturday Night Live turned him down. A lot of places were turning Jim Carrey down because they just didn't understand his brand of humor. But then when he got to the Wayans brothers, they were like, we can tighten this up and work with it,
Right.
And then look what he did. It's like, he's one of the biggest stars in the world now.
Right.
So thank you, Wayans brothers, for giving us Jim Carrey.
Yes.
And for
sure.
Did the Wayans brothers TV show, was that before In Living Color, or was that after? Or was that during?
That was after.
Okay.
I believe.
And
yeah.
so thanks for giving us Pops. Pops, remember Pops from the Wayans brothers? He was their dad.
I never watched that show.
Okay, you know what? You're fired. No, I'm totally playing. I do that to my wife a lot of times. She'll be like, I never saw that movie, and I'll be like, hello, divorce lawyer. I do that to her all the time. She said that she hadn't seen the Star Wars prequels before she met me. And
I mean, she's not missing out a lot.
Hey, Revenge of the Sith is awesome.
I mean, that's the only decent one, though. Like,
did you see what Padme was wearing when she was telling Anakin they couldn't be together?
So you just wanted her to say, "Hey, can you get into something like this?" How about a Princess Leia costume? Can you do that one?
And we're talking the Jabba the Hutt slave costume.
Right. That's the only thing we're talking about here.
I've actually asked
all
her
the
about
nerdy fantasies.
I've asked her about that slave Leia costume. She won't wear it. She says because she represented a slave. She was not like princess at the time. She was captured, and that she was being sexualized because of this. But I'm like, that's the whole thing about fantasy.
I mean, she already came in here with her,
Oh, she walks around like that a lot of times.
I'm sure, like you said, most women do, but like she knew you were filming, and I was like, okay,
that's going to be on the internet forever now,
right?
But anyway, back to the stories here. Wait, how do we get back?
Do we have any more, or are we about done? Because we're sitting at 2.5 hours.
We're about done. But back to the stories, and the only way to do that is to go.
Can you find it?
Okay, they're talking about fictional characters. Fictional characters. Am I getting through to you at all?
Not the one you wanted.
I was going to do this one, actually.
I looked this woman in the eye. I said, bitch.
You said that?
Yeah, I said, bitch.
I want to go, Daryl.
Okay.
I was getting, yeah, I would never say that to her. Actually, I'd be in so much trouble.
You would not be alive anymore.
No. Or my only other eye would be missing.
Right. That's the one I thought you were going for, and I went to go get it, and I slipped and went to the next one.
That's all right. Yeah, but Game Pass style subscriptions are bad for business and turn developers into wage slaves, former PlayStation boss Sean Layden says. And I won't read this whole article because basically it just says that he said that. I do not believe that. He's basically trying to say that, making a game for Game Pass instead of to be sold regularly just makes you don't get like all the commissions and stuff because you don't get commissions for downloads. But I'm thinking, a lot of video games are going the way of digital only anyway. So what's the harm of having Game Pass? One where you can play as many games as you want for, one price per month.
Yeah. I don't know. I can see kind of where he's coming off with that, because you're just like, oh, it'll go on the pass. I still get paid. Doesn't fucking matter type thing, right? You're not going to put, all your eggs into the basket and try and see if you can make it out there. But, sometimes it depends on like who's coming to who. If they're going to them saying, hey, let's put our game on there, or if say Xbox is coming to them saying, hey, we like what you're doing, we want to put it out to the masses, how do you think about taking whatever the deal is? We've never heard what these deals entail on how much they get paid and if they get anything residual after it's been on pass for however long.
So, well, the article says here, this is what he said. He said, I'm not a big supporter of the Netflix of gaming idea, which is what a lot of people have said for what Game Pass is. Said Layden said, I think it is a danger. I mean, look at what happened to music. In the popular mind, music costs nothing. Music should be free. Spotify, what is that? It's $15 a month or something, but virtually no one buys music anymore. While
they're not wrong.
While an exact comparison, Layden is suggesting that that the ubiquity of music via streaming catalogs has devalued individual releases. But while the music industry can adapt to make up revenues from live concerts, the same cannot be said for video games. Something that makes day one game launches via subscription service bad for business, in his opinion. Saying the problem with gaming is all we have is launch. Layden continued. That's all. No one wants to pay money to come into the studio and watch people code. I'd do it.
I mean, that would be kind of a cool video.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily pay money to, but I mean, if they
he's right on a lot of those things. Is music. Now it's you don't do a lot with music anymore, right?
Right. And he says here, is Game Pass profitable? Is Game Pass not profitable? What does that mean? That's not the right question to ask anyway. He said, you can do all kinds of financial pokery for some sort of corporate service to make it look profitable. if you wanted to. You take enough costs out and you say that's off the balance sheet. Oh, look, it's profitable now. The real issue for me is that things like Game Pass, is it healthy for the developer? So, I mean, he does make some valid points. I just don't think that Microsoft is in the business of losing money. So there's no way that they're not making at least some sort of profit off of it.
Correct.
And it's not like the developers are really starving. So, and the whole thing,
it depends on the developer. If they're like an indie developer and this is their first game, yeah, it's great that they can get it out to the masses, but how much of a cut are they taking a loss on versus, putting it out themselves and, blowing up and they start racking in money? Is that better than some lump sum if that's how it goes? Again, we don't know what the contracts look like on these games. So,
it does say here, regardless, Xbox Game Pass remains a huge profit driver for Microsoft, like I was just saying, which said in June, the subscription service had reached a new annual record of nearly $5 billion in revenue for the first time, following the launches of The Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered, Doom, The Dark Ages, and Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, which is an amazing game, by the way.
Yes.
So,
a little bit of Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I love that game.
Yeah, they're doing a DLC to it, aren't they? That's supposed to be previewed at the Gamescom, right?
Yeah, it comes out next month, I want to say. I think they're going to do a preview of it and like drop it very soon after that, if not same day.
I just knew it was coming.
Yep, and then we just had one more story here, one that I was excited about. After more than a year of waiting, Jurassic Park Survival gives us a tiny gameplay tease in a fluffy new behind-the-scenes video. I've been excited for a game like this pretty much ever since the original Jurassic Park. And I like they're calling it Jurassic Park, not Jurassic World. They're actually going back to its roots. And so the game is actually set. You play as her, and you're one day after the events of the original movie. So she didn't get off the island. She is stuck there. She is trying to get off the island. But you have to survive all of these dinosaurs that have been left on the island, including the original Dilophosaurus, the original T-Rex, the original Raptors.
Oh, okay.
The game will actually feature a lot of callback moments from the movies, but it's not going to be like Rebirth was, which are just like, hey, look at this, look at this, look at this. She's going to be like in the same kitchen that Lex and Tim were in, and things are going to be, showing that they were right there, like where they left the ladle.
They're not going to make a cameo, but you're going to like allude to them type things, right?
Yeah. So she's there very next day kind of thing.
Mm.
And she might be able to see the raptor in the freezer.
Okay.
Remember how they shoved that raptor in the freezer?
Right.
Yep. So she might be able to either see that or let it out. So we'll see what happens with that. I am really excited for this. I was excited when they did their first trailer for it, and now this shows a little bit of gameplay, and it's like I might die on purpose just so I can see what it's like to be eaten by a T-Rex.
It was announced, it says, in December of 2013 or 2023. My bad. So this is the first time we're actually seeing something.
Yeah, this so it was announced with a teaser trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this is actually the first time we're seeing anything from it since then.
Okay.
Yep, and they've said that they gave it to this team because this team has shown a huge love for the franchise, and they've actually said they've gone back to the original movies. They're actually visiting the original sets, making sure that everything that you see in the game is actually like if there was a coffee mug left on the counter, there's going to be a coffee mug left on that counter.
Well, that's kind of cool.
If there was a splotch of, paint or glue somewhere, there's still a splotch of paint. They are getting it right down to everything there. If there was so much as a fly on the wall, they're getting it.
Okay, well now you have my interest peaked. Now that you've explained it more for sure, and that it's a day after the original Jurassic Park happenings. That's yeah. It's that just sounds so cool.
So I don't want to play the whole video here because we're running out of time, but I do. I will send you the video. It's on YouTube, and I'll send it over to you. Okay.
Cool.
So yeah, it looks really good. That was all the stories that I had for here. Was there anything else that you wanted to bring up?
No, that was about it.
No. Oh, hey, we got Dingy is on here. I'm sorry, Dingy, we missed you. He says lurk.
Yeah, I put him on screen.
Oh, okay.
While you were talking.
Oh, okay.
Since he's just kind of lurking and whatnot.
I hope your kids are doing all right. I hope your family's doing all right. I hope your foot that hit your shin is doing all right. God, that still gets me. Like when Looker was like, no, his foot touched his shin. It's like, oh shit.
Right.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm just looking at views, and people are viewing on YouTube. So,
hey, everybody from YouTube land.
I mean, this video will go back up once I re-edit it and take all that tomfoolery from the beginning out.
So we've been streaming here for about 2.5 hours, and once he takes all that out, it's going to be about a 45-minute stream.
No, I mean it was probably a good, I would say 45 minutes to an hour. Yes, of trying to get my shit to work again after, and yeah, obviously nothing's having a problem now. So I think it was just because I had the second screen of camera of trying to put Fred in.
Well, next time, like I said, just do it with the phone.
Either that, or like I thought about it, I could have used my laptop, but again, I didn't have any time. Like I literally thought of it like 20 minutes before we're about to go live. I'm like, oh, it'd be so funny to have Fred still here, and he's still, he's being Koimiya, and so it was a last minute thing I was trying to do.
Yeah,
didn't have a lot of prep time.
You guys should have seen it during our pre-show where he was actually talking to his wife, going like, "What are you doing?" Like, "I'm doing this." I was like, "God, this sounds just like my wife and I." Like, it looks funny for the joke.
Yeah, in my head, it's hilarious, and it's still funny, even with Koimiya coming back on and saying, "Yeah, asses." I mean, that's all I wanted was the reaction or whatever.
And we got it.
So. Yeah. So
he's like, "Hey, asses." So you know what? But once everything takes off for us, we'll be able to afford a lot more.
Yeah. But if I was going to do it again, obviously I'd set up my own. I'd use my laptop, do it through my laptop, so it's not pulling from my main audio here, and then it would work just fine. So live and learn. I've learned a lesson that I can't double camera on this platform. It screws up my audio.
The first half of the show was kind of a shit show with all the technical issues, but I think we got it back.
Yeah,
we got the magic back.
We finished strong. We had Angel in here. We've got confirmation that he wants to come back in November. So we got all the articles out. Yeah, we did a lot of shameless plugs. Costco, Pepsi, Secret Labs, Premier Protein. Once Upon a Tea.
I think later tonight I'm gonna go to McDonald's and get their new McDonald Land shake, as long as the shake machine's working.
Good luck with that. Roll of the dice.
Spoiler alert, it's not. The McDonald's that's down the street for me, I swear to God, that shake machine is never working. One time I went there and it was, and I said, "Oh, it's actually working." She's like, "Yeah, I decided to fix it." And I was like, "What do you mean you decided to fix it?" She actually told me that it breaks all the time and she doesn't like fixing it. So she a lot of times just doesn't. And I'm like, that's just laziness, and you're costing yourself sales. That's
right.
You can't even blame that on the machine. That's your problem,
Right. So, before we finish off here, want to tell people what you're playing and where they can see you next.
Yes. So this weekend I will be finishing my first playthrough and starting my second playthrough of Life is Strange Double Exposure. I will say this game is not as good as the original Life is Strange games, but it holds up there. It doesn't really deserve all the hate. It deserves some of it, but not all the hate that it gets. I'm looking forward to it and going to be playing different, be playing with different choices and, see where that takes me. You can find me on Twitch at that_Cyclops_guy. You'll be able to see me streaming throughout the week on TikTok, and you'll also be able to catch me on beamstream.gg. Really looking forward to playing this again. And then on top of that, if I get done with the second playthrough of this, I will most likely be starting. I'm not sure if it'll be Doom the Dark Ages or Oblivion or if it'll be Assassin's Creed, but it'll be one of those. But yep, that's where you'll be able to find me throughout the week. And how about you? How about you, Neo Deth?
Yeah, I've got World of Warcraft 2 night, and you can find me on Twitch. I'm thinking about trying to do the beam to try and get it to go out to more places. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it done before I go live here in like 2 hours. But we will give it a shot. So yeah, I've got World of Warcraft. I'm still doing Magic the Gathering on Mondays. And then also I have started 9 Years of Shadows, which is another Metroidvania games that Koimiya told me about. I finally started it. It's okay. I don't like some of the mechanic part of like your life. Your health is also what you use to attack in some instances. I don't like that. But we were still going through that, and then I still need to go back to Donkey Kong Bonanza. But those are what I've got going on, and you can find those all on my link tree below at Neo_Deth DETH. And you can find me on all the socials, and then I repost daily on my YouTube. So check me out there.
Butters, go buy World of Warcraft, install it on your computer, and join the online sensation before we all murder you.
Yes.
So, all right. Anytime you mention World of Warcraft, I have to.
Yeah, we're back into it. It's season 3 of World of Warcraft in this expansion. So we just started up raiding, and yesterday was our first look at some of the bosses. I think we took down 5 of them, and there's 8, so we got 3 more for tonight. So
all right,
definitely fun times.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out with us. Sorry about all of the technical issues that we had.
All the technical difficulties were on my end, and my fault totally. So
hey, usually it's either Koimiya or I.
Hey, yeah, it is. I usually sit back and laugh at you guys, but it was totally on me because I was trying to do the second camera thing.
So that's all right. I mean, like I said, it's a learning experience.
I definitely learned.
It's like, are we beginners? No. Are we pros? No. We are somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle, and yes, we learn as we go what works, what doesn't work. So
all right. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out, and we will see you next time.
You got that, don't you?
Yep.
Good night, everybody.